Alright, so this is a review of the SK Armoury Tron disc replica. I'll do a quick overview of what this is and essentially why it is not worth a purchase. Alright, so you have this particular version is an aluminum cast disc. Both sides, the black portions are aluminum. Then you have these sort of semi-transparent plastic edges that when you turn it on, it's supposed to light up. You have a charging port right down here. On the opposite end, you have the on-off switch. Around the inner diameter here are 4 buttons that are supposed to offer different functions, such as changing color modes, music modes where it beats, to the rhythm of a song you choose, and then some clock modes, different things like that. So that's external. And if you open it up, which you flip it over, and then it's held together by these magnets around the inner diameter. Then you can see what is going on inside. You have your LED strips for the outer ring and an LED strip for the inner ring. And then all this motherboard and different things. Down here is where the battery connects. Let me show how that connects and why this doesn't work. This disc no longer works. All right, so put it in. You can hear a sound. That's all it does for me anymore. All right, so it's in. All right. But when I flip switch, should hear a sound here. I don't know if you can hear it. Let me get closer. Okay, you can see the switch there. Flip it, listen. All right, so it should be on, but I'm pressing buttons. Nothing happening. And then this is supposed, when you flick it with your wrist, all right, it's supposed to turn on and off. When I flip the switch, it should have a turning on sequence where the inner diameter lights up and the outside flashes, and it just doesn't do that anymore. So it is useless, except for just sitting there as a unlit prop, I guess. And so it's not worth a purchase because this all fell apart within a month of me getting it. I'll go into greater detail because now this is going to be less a review on the disc and more a review on the seller, because frankly he's a bit of a liar here. He's trying to steal my money, well, he already has basically, but some more interesting emails of him basically trying to take more. So let me go over that. Yeah, okay. Hold on, this isn't wanting to go. Maybe this way. There we go. All right, so yeah, let me go over some of the things that have happened. I purchased this in December of 2020 as a Christmas gift, essentially, to myself. Received it March 9th, which that time the seller said is used to get his components together, assemble this thing, because they're basically made to order. That time period was about a month longer than it's specified on his website, but I was willing to accept it because of other circumstances in the world. That was when everything was going into lockdown. So that was okay. The first issue that I had when I got this disc was a defect, a loose wire inside. I suppose I can show you, actually. That'd be better. Open this back up. It's a loose wire. Contacted the seller. He was able to offer a FaceTime call, come up with some solutions of how to fix it, or directed me to fix it. I have some soldering equipment to resolder that wire that came loose. And the wire was, for the first defect, it was this yellow wire that goes to this black square over here. And it was right there in the corner where it came loose. Was able to fix that, and it worked for a short time. I was glad that the seller was able to help me that time. Didn't have to go through the hassle of exchanging a disc or anything, as his policy states. And then, as I say, it worked for about a month until April of 2021. And I just used this, as a display piece. It literally just sits on my desk in its stand. Just use the basic music modes, different lighting, and that's it. It's how it's supposed to be used. And it just stopped working. So I contacted the seller again to see if maybe he could walk me through on a video call again. And he tried. That's where tried some adding some wires to reroute, I don't know, power or something. I believe it was this black wire going across from here over to here, and this black wire going from right down here up to these posts sticking up here. That didn't work, didn't fix anything. And at that point, he offered, an exchange. And normally his policy states that an exchange would be, a replacement disc, but I would have to pay the return shipping of the defective disc. But he offered to, have it shipped back for free, exchange the disc, because it had been such a long period of time already, and it was a defect. So he said he's getting this all taken care of. He's a few months go by, waiting on parts, shipping issues, right? Waiting on parts to get come in to assemble the disc, and that goes on for a long time. It's being prepared. And he would say this well into October of 2021. Remember, this stopped working April 2021. So October 21, then November, he was still saying it's in assembly. The last official communications I got from him, he actually sent a picture of the box of the Tron, of the new replacement disc in the box with my shipping information. Said it was off to be shipped, and he said it's going. And so I'm just waiting for something, something to pop up, some sort of tracking info, or even the disc showing up, at my door, and it never does. I'm still trying to contact the guy, what's going on, and he says, I'll look into it. And that's the last thing I get from him, and that's in November 2021. And at that point, I can't get an answer. I keep emailing him, no answers, and I'm thinking, man, this guy is just ignoring me at this point. And then that was, let's see. Oh, I suppose that last reply was actually December of 2021. It's been a full year, all right, from me first ordering the disc to this whole issue of trying to get an exchange. He said he would look into shipping problem, right? No more emails even into January 2022. Tried to, call him, contact him other ways, nothing. Then, let's see. So I came up with one other way to try to contact this guy. And so I made an alternate email posing as a new buyer, interested in this disc. And he jumped over those emails instantly, instant response. And then I was able to FaceTime call him, inquiring, about more details of the disc. And he didn't remember me on the FaceTime call. I recorded the call. I may post that at the end of this video, this review section, or maybe a separate video, not sure. But I did record that call. He didn't remember me. He said, oh, I didn't see your emails. It looked like probably got sent in the spam folder. I'm like, all right, yeah, sure. He says he doesn't see those emails. He'll look into it again, right? And then it's still just such a hassle getting him to give me a straight answer after that call. And he said, okay, yeah, the disc is lost. And at this point, we're into April of this year, 2022. Let me pull up the exact conversation. So yeah, he said the disc was lost and he would send me a replacement disc. All right, here we go again. Then he showed me this new replacement disc because he's since done different iterations. I don't know why he keeps reiterating something that doesn't work in the first place, because this was, aluminum cast sides. Then he showed me this rubber sided one that's supposed to be more flexible, more durable. And then just now I saw he has another version that he's trying to sell me. He's trying to exchange, that has a retractable outer portion here. I guess it has, a mechanism that retracts this outer light ring. And I just, you can't get this one to work consistently. This is defective. And yet for some reason he thinks it's okay to still try to sell me something that I didn't pay for. I just want a replacement of this, and if that one doesn't work, then I give up. But I'm fighting with this guy to get updates on, him telling me what's going on with a replacement. And then finally I said, if I don't get a meaningful update, by tomorrow, have a review video ready to be uploaded. And I did have a review video before I got all these emails of 2022, because I thought I wasn't going to be able to get a hold of this guy again, but then I did. So that's why I'm reshooting this. But yeah, you said I'm going to post a review video. And then he says, sorry, disc is lost. And then he says there's already negative reviews and there are not any buyers now. Anyways, I am closing this business. And then I was like, what? Well, then why don't you send a disc to me that will otherwise be laying around if you are really closing your business? And I've had a feeling for a while you've just been trying to get rid of me, and this confirms it in my mind. It just sounds like a simple cop-out. And then, he's essentially not adhering to his own policy at this point. Then I didn't expect a response from what I said. And he responds, thought of a solution for this, as you're keen on it for a long time. There are no discs lying around as they're already booked All right. The last email said he has no buyers, but for some reason, these other discs are booked. Sounds like a lie, doesn't it? And then, yeah, he mentions the policy that I've been talking about. Um, and he refers to it as an old policy, but I clicked the link he sent me and it's the same. I screenshotted the old policy, I screenshotted all our old emails. It's the same. So I don't know what he's trying to convince me of here. But then he mentions trying to sell me this retractable blade with ultra realistic sound effects. Um, and then I just need to pay $145. That includes FedEx tracking number to ship the this defective one back and then get that retractable new version. And then normally, I guess the retractable version costs $600. And I don't know if I mentioned this one was 400. So he's just trying to increase it, you know. And then he says this will ship 2-3 weeks. You can also cancel anytime. Um, yeah, it's just pretty crazy that he won't just give me the simple version for so long. And he's pretty, he's got that $400 that I spent on this secured. No way I can get that back because bought it through PayPal, and then all this conversation going on, me trying to get an exchange was time being spent on PayPal's refund policy. I believe they have a 180-day refund policy, and all this conversation back and forth, spent that time. And I did not realize till it's too late, and so that money's gone. No way I can get that back. Can't file a dispute with PayPal or anything. So, yeah, this guy is just, I don't understand what he's trying to do. I would say ultimately, yeah, he's a liar. His business model here is very, very misleading. And yeah, this just isn't worth a purchase. Yeah, definitely not $400. I'd almost, at this point, it's probably not really even worth $400, even if it was working. It was cool, but honestly, just buy a replica sword. Nice replica sword will work because it doesn't light up. Electronic stuff is a big mess. But yeah, this seller, his email, just keep an eye out for it. I may post this in the video as well. Is r.shashakanth@gmail. If you have to contact him about, your own issue or want to see what is going on. But yeah, he has his own videos on YouTube you can refer to for how the disc is supposed to work. But this is a warning that this guy is very sketchy. If you do, you can at least have PayPal to fall back on, but be aware of their return policy and make sure you file some sort of dispute if there's any sort of issue. But honestly, just don't get this in the first place, especially since he keeps reiterating without fixing the basic, internal workings here. He's got these new external changes with the retractable disc, different lighting, different sound effects. But if this doesn't work, it's pointless. So yeah, it's a negative review. Very disappointing and very frustrating. A lot of time wasted for me trying to work out with this guy, and he just keeps trying to scam me essentially with these new iterations. Sorry if that got a little bit boring, but this is just trying to give you full detail, give you the best idea of what you would be getting and who you'd be dealing with. That's the main thing. So as for now, this just sits on my desk without lighting up. Guess it looks cool at least, but that is it. No function. And do not do not believe what the guy tries to sell you. It just seems like a full-on scam all around. So thank you for watching, and yeah, again, I may post that other video call right at the end here or in a separate video. Thanks.